So Mr. Team, many students are wondering about the specific study pathway. So what is the difference between pathway and applying directly to the university?
All right, there are a few differences. One is, at the moment, it is increasingly difficult to apply directly to Australia and other countries. So by doing this program first in Vietnam, you're actually increasing the chances of getting the visa when you go to Australia. So we know that the Australian government encourages transnational education programs like Melbourne Polytechnic Vietnam. So on the one hand, you're going to be saving money. On the other hand, you're also going to increase the chances of your success.
So, pathway helps students to adapt to international learning and build a solid foundation, right?
I think you just made a really good point, actually. So, coming to Melbourne Polytechnic Vietnam is a stepping stone to understanding how to learn in the Australian environment, in the Australian education system. So the graduates from Melbourne Polytechnic Vietnam should have very little problem in adapting to life in Australia.
What are the requirements for the students to join the pathway?
Students will need to ensure that they have the right level of English. And that shouldn't be much of a problem for Melbourne Polytechnic Vietnam students, because in the first year, you guys are put through a very strict English program, and we get your English up to IELTS 5.5 or IELTS 6. For those students that want to continue their studies, their English should not be a problem. But that is one of the requirements for the Australian visas.
So I think that doesn't sound too difficult to Melbourne Polytechnic Vietnam. I have a more practical questions that many students might have. Can they work part-time while studying in the pathway program?
Yeah, that's right, they can. In Australia, the rules do allow for international students to work part-time while they're studying. And during the school holiday periods, you're allowed to work full-time. So there are students that will then speak to their local cafe or the business that they're working in and say, school holidays, I want to work full-time, and the cafe owner's like, great, come in. Because that's often the busy periods for the Australian businesses.
Yeah, so I think Melbourne Polytechnic Vietnam students not only get a quality education, but also gain a financial independence while studying in Australia.
That is one of the benefits. And just so you know, we do offer internship opportunities. So any of the students from Melbourne Polytechnic Vietnam, when they're continuing their studies at Melbourne Polytechnic in Melbourne, we will provide them an internship. That will help them to get jobs as well.